low milk supply, and a constantly fussy baby. And even worse, most new moms don't realize they're making this mistake until weeks later. So before you try breastfeeding again, listen carefully, because the final tip might completely change your breastfeeding journey. Let's begin. First, take a deep breath. If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or even wondering whether you're doing this right, I want you to know something. You are not alone. Every year, millions of new moms expect breastfeeding to feel completely natural, like it should just magically happen. But here's the truth nobody talks about enough. Breastfeeding is a learned skill for both you and your baby. And today, I'm going to guide you through the simplest method to make breastfeeding easier, more comfortable, and far more effective. Make sure you stay with me until the very end, because I'll reveal one positioning trick that lactation experts swear by, yet most moms discover it far too late. Now let me ask you something important. Did you know that ongoing pain during breastfeeding is usually not normal? Yes, mild tenderness in the early days can happen. But sharp pain, cracked skin, or feeling anxious every time your baby needs to feed? That is your body signaling that something needs to change. And in most cases, it comes down to one critical factor: the latch. But not just any latch, a deep, proper latch. Let's walk through this step by step. Step 1. Get comfortable first. Before your baby even latches, check in with your own body. Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your back supported? Are your arms straining? Bring your baby to you, not your body down to the baby. Use pillows, support your neck, sit somewhere you can relax. Because when your body is tense, your milk flow can actually slow down. Comfort for mom often means better feeding for baby. Now step 2, and this one is incredibly powerful. Nose-to-nipple alignment. Position your baby so their nose is directly in line with your nipple. It might sound like a tiny detail, but when your baby tilts their head slightly back, they naturally open their mouth wider. And that creates the deeper latch that helps prevent pain. Many moms accidentally line up the mouth instead of the nose, and that shallow latch can lead to soreness and frustration. So remember, nose to nipple first, then latch. Now step 3, and this is where patience makes all the difference. Wait for the wide mouth. It can be tempting to rush, especially when your baby is hungry and you're tired. But instead, gently tickle your baby's upper lip with your nipple. Wait. Watch for that big open mouth. And then bring your baby in quickly. Not the breast to the baby, bring the baby to the breast. If the latch feels pinchy or painful, don't just endure it. Gently break the suction with a clean finger and try again. Your comfort matters just as much as your baby's feeding. Now here comes the part almost nobody talks about. The mistake that silently reduces milk supply for thousands of moms. Ready? Scheduled feeding. Many parents hear they should feed every 2 to 3 hours. But here's the reality. Newborns don't follow schedules. Your body produces milk based on demand. The more your baby feeds, the more signals your body receives to produce milk. That's why feeding on demand whenever your baby shows early hunger cues is one of the smartest things you can do. Watch for these early signs. Lip smacking, hand sucking, rooting when your baby turns their head searching for the breast. Small, restless movements. Try not to wait for crying, because crying is actually a late hunger signal, and feeding a very upset baby is much harder. Respond early, and you'll often notice calmer, smoother feeding sessions. Now, let me remind you of something very important. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be responsive. Breastfeeding is not about pressure. It's about connection. It's about learning each other. And once you and your baby find your rhythm, breastfeeding can become one of the most powerful emotional bonds you will ever experience. So if today felt hard, that does not mean you're failing. It means you're learning. And you're already doing an incredible job. And before you go, in the next video, we're going to cover the surprising foods that can boost your milk supply faster, plus a few shocking ones that may actually decrease it. Trust me, you do not want to miss that one. And remember, Mom, you've got this.